So for who did
Right.
she who she gotten a man child from? It says Athar
Ooh.
Yahweh.
Ooh,
That's
see,
Okay.
Kiss
that's the most
Happiness.
high.
Kiss Happiness
Yeah,
about to
that's
give him the
fine, brother.
business
But
now.
again,
Now
you
he about to
still
make up
gotta
I'm
go
not the
excuses
back to
now.
that.
brother.
I'm talking to the brother. That mean I'm not speaking to you. I'm
Oh,
talking
now he gonna try
directly
to
to that
argue with
brother,
her because
sister.
he don't want her to give her that smoke. He don't
Now
want her to give
again,
her that,
brother,
give him that
you're
smoke.
gonna have to go
That's
back
Kiss
and
Happiness right
explain
there.
to me
She know that scripture.
who these Kenites that they call
Like,
the
she know about all the
synagogue and the
ites.
children
She
of
watch
Satan.
this. Kiss Happiness about to go
See,
in.
brother,
He gonna try to
whenever
argue
you
with
have a
her
confusion in the
and
word of God,
distract
it's a
her from what she
confusion
gotta
because
say.
the languages are not mentioned. You reading one thing in English and you trying to get
Shut
an English
up.
definition out of a
But
Hebrew word
Corny. See how they
without
always try
picking
to
it
do
up
this
and
Hebrew
reading it.
shit, and this nigga
I
don't
deal
read
with
no
the
fucking
Hebrew,
Hebrew
so
at
it ain't
all.
like I don't.
You
That's
ain't
why I
never
made the
ran you
statement.
ain't you say
Look,
you
that's
ain't
why I
never
made the
ran
statement. Look,
across that then. Have you looked these things
right,
up in Hebrew?
right. That's what I'm saying. I never got that conclusion. I'm not saying that I haven't studied these matters, but what I study has prepared me to believe
I
that.
tell you what, bro. If you think that it's only God children in this world, then you
No,
have
that's
a
not.
lot, and you have a lot to learn. And I'm
No,
done
that's
with it.
not.
I ain't finna go back and forth, bro. I'm not. I'm done. I done said enough.
That's not what I think. Though. But because the
Okay, so
Bible
why
clearly tells
where the pressure coming back? If you
what
know that God,
the
if you know
pressure,
that
the
you
pressure.
know,
He'll
brother,
There is
talk
no
if
every
you
time he
pressure.
starts talking
Hold
if you
on.
know that God children not the only children that live on the fucking earth, then where the fuck the Satan children come from? That other up out of his motherfucking
Oh,
nuts,
out of motherfucking
huh?
North.
How do
I
you
thought
have a
Satan was an
child, bro?
angel. Now the
Because this
angels
nigga
got
is
nuts
not
now?
Jesus. He can't just
Wow.
put
Angels
himself
got nuts
into a
now.
woman without sticking his dick in them. That's what Jesus did.
But the Most High can
but
because he created vessels for destruction.
That's what Jesus did.
And you saying that to say what, bro?
What I
But
just
yet he
said.
believes in
You said he
Mary who
can't do
had a
this, that, and
baby
the
without
third.
a
I said
man.
Elohim can.
I ain't talking about Elohim. I'm talking about fucking Satan, bro. I'm saying
I
Satan
know who you talking about,
can't do
but
that.
Elohim is the creator of all
You know,
these
you know
beings.
what? Don't
See,
worry
see,
about
see,
it, bro.
see,
Do
see.
your
This
research.
is when the
I ain't got to
student
take you to no
rises
water.
over the fake teacher and
You
starts to
drink
bomb the
water,
fake
and I'm
teacher.
gonna drink
Now
champagne,
he
bro.
gonna get mad at him
Drink
because
your
he
water,
realizes
bro.
shit like, no, that ain't what it say. That ain't what
Right.
it mean.
Not mine, right?
No, I'm saying, bro. You do whatever you want to. You believe what you want to. It's not my
Now
job to
was you
teach
believe
you and
what you
lead you
want to
down no
now.
path, bro.
Yes, it is,
Matter
nigga.
of fact,
Yes, it
How you
is. And
feel?
that was your man's. That was your man's.
says
He
what?
believed in you,
Trust
Mac
no
P.
man.
Now
So
you
that means whatever the fuck I say, you're not gonna trust it because you a
see,
believer
see,
of the
now he
word of
mad.
God.
Now he mad.
All the fuck I am doing is planting a seed so
Of some
you can
bullshit.
do your research to either come back and then tell me I'm right or I'm wrong. But I'm not finna argue with you right here and right now when you ain't did your research. Go do your research and see if I'm right or wrong, and then come back to me
Nigga,
and
you
tell me
wrong.
that
You
I'm right
been
or wrong,
wrong.
bro.
But you
You
said
been
I haven't
wrong.
done my research. That's your understanding.
Yeah, you ain't
When all
did no
I'm
research
listening,
because you said it's the
listen.
first time that you
Hold
ever
on.
heard that
Okay,
Satan
y'all.
was the father in the
Let
No,
Kiss
den, bro.
Happiness
listen.
speak
Let me
now.
You
Let
couldn't
let
Kiss
me
did no
Happiness speak
research,
hold
now.
man.
on.
Kiss
Let me
Happiness is
explain
I
to
think
you.
she needs
Look
to
right here,
speak.
Hold
It's her
on,
chapter,
turn
Messiah.
chapter
now.
2, chapter 2, chapter
Messiah,
2,
hold
verse
on,
9.
bro. You cutting
Chapter
everybody
2,
off.
verse 9.
Nigga, you ain't
This is
saying shit.
coming.
You arguing with your teacher
This
now.
is to the Bishop
You
of
ain't
Smyrna.
you ain't
To
you
the
look.
Bishop of Smyrna,
That's your
the
I ain't
teacher,
gonna
angel of the
lie,
nigga.
church of
Messiah. I'll
Smyrna.
box you the fuck out on
Hold
here.
Yeah,
up,
sure you will.
hey,
Sure you will. Sure you will. Sure you will.
calm
And as
down
soon
now.
as you hit him in his mouth, one of them regular
I
ass
know
Sure
teeth
you
how
gonna fall
will.
out his
Sure you
head.
will. Sure you will. You mad now.
I
You
know
mad.
thy
I
works
understand you
in
mad. It's okay.
tribulation.
All right, go ahead, Fire.
I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews or Yahudim, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Mac P. That's Mac P. His father.
Now,
So,
today, who is saying that they are Yahudim or either Jews and are not?
right.
That's them fake motherfuckers over there going and bowing down to that square.
So you saying these are the Kenites?
So those are the
They
people
ain't
that came from Satan.
Are you
brother,
saying those are the
They're
Kenites?
so-called
brother. Can
serpent,
I
rather I
speak?
say.
Now, the people that you see that's claiming to be Jews today are not the real Jews. The only real Jews that you see is the black people in Ethiopia that dress and look like the people look and dress out of the Catholic Church. They got the same head garments. They got the same type of robes. They got the same type of rituals. Only thing you will see different is black ass niggas in these rituals. So the brothers in Ethiopia are the real Jews. Them white motherfuckers, that's the people that ran them up out of their land and took their inheritance. So you tell me who children they are. They children of God if they gotta run somebody up out of their land and take their inheritance.
Well, you said that they was seeds of.
I'm done talking to you. I ain't even talking.
So
I ain't even
talking to you.
They had to come
from God because Eve came from Adam and Adam came from God.
I ain't even talking to you.
So what you talking about?
You, bro.
They came from the Most High. They all came from the Most High. So they gotta be the same. They gotta be the same people.
We had to run them motherfuckers out their land.
They came from the Most High.
Yeah, that was because God gave us permission. Then nobody give them cocksuckers permission to run the fucking real Jews
yes, they
out
did.
of Judea.
Yes, they did. The United Nations. They signed their declaration called the State of Israel in 1948.
When the Hebrews crossed
now, when you niggas get yourself sophisticated and do the same thing, then maybe you could get your land back.
To go into that
Stop running your mouth.
You remember that, right? You remember that, right? God told them to go and conquer them people land. Every time one of our people did that, it was instructed by God. They wasn't instructed to fuck with God people. You got to understand the Jews was God people, right?
Now, these motherfuckers fake Jews, I will say they was. He gave them that ability to fuck with us. So
that's after we disobeyed God, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's all falling into place. The real Jews are the black people, and these fake motherfuckers are these crackers that run Hollywood. That's why you can't get on the television and talk about two things. You can't talk about gays, and you better not say nothing about a motherfucking Jew. Your ass gonna be gone off the TV. They're gonna blackball you. Why? Because the synagogue of Satan runs the music, the entertainment.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
We know
these Jews that are the fake Jews and are not the real Jews, but are of the synagogue of Satan. But if you don't know that it's God's children again and Satan's children on this earth, you wouldn't believe that Satan fucked somebody and got them pregnant. You got to understand, when you believe that it's Satan's children on the earth, it goes hand in hand with him sticking his dick in somebody's fucking vagina.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. According to your theory, if the Jews... Wait a minute.
Did y'all ever
according
get the
to your theory, right? All right, nigga, shut up, man. Yeah.
Your parents told you the birds and the bees was when a nigga stick his dick in your vagina.
See how he makes no sense, man? That makes no sense. You know why?
The way that it works.
According to your theory,
according to your theory,
Jesus was said to be the prince of the Jews. So if Jesus was a son of God and he was a prince of the Jews, then how could he be of the devil and of God? Explain that, Whack P. Explain that.
The way that it happened.
Jesus was the prince of the Jews.
Equates.
So how he the prince of the Jews, which is Satan, the synagogue of Satan, but he also of God, the Son of God.
Was Jesus Christ. He was the begotten Son of God. That's how he got here with
and then they said, and then Jesus, listen, then Jesus reminded the Pharisees or the fake Jews, is it not written in your laws that ye are gods? He didn't say ye are the son of Satan, ye are gods. So that's a contradiction.
So they didn't have
man,
no
shut
belly
up,
button.
man. All that dumb shit you said is
come on, man. That was born into this world so retarded, that didn't get dicked into the world. Dick brings babies into the world. You see what I'm saying? So do science experiments
children, like your ass.
He's gonna have to put his sperm into somebody, sir.
Who was it? It wasn't Eve. That's the whole point. We ain't gonna go over this for another hour. It wasn't Eve. You can't prove who it was. So be quiet. Period.
That's not a rebuttal, bro. You just saying you don't believe.
That's just ending the whole conversation. Because, like I said, we're done. It's done.
Prove me wrong.
It's done.
That's not a rebuttal.
No, you need to prove your point.
Anybody can say.
That's called you giving evidence to prove your point.
And then you could come behind me
Shut
and say
up,
the Kool-Aid
nigga.
is
I'm
not
done.
sweet,
We done with your randomness. Okay, we're done with your rambling. Let's move on. Yo, fire. We got Kiss Happiness on the panel. She's very intelligent. I think she got something to say. More so than this dude right here. You should put him on mute and take her off mute.
You see what I'm saying?
Because this nigga ain't saying nothing. He just flapping his fucking lips.
Instead of asking Lord Messiah, because Lord Messiah gonna tell you
y'all missing this opportunity to get some real information. Yeah, mute that nigga.
Let's get it.
Yeah, let Kiss Happiness get it in. Mute that nigga, he's corny.
What you bringing out, bro?
Bring out what? Nah, I was saying we should let somebody else speak because you got other people on the panel too, and we don't want to go over this nonsense all day, man. Let's at least change the topic or let other people get in because and they could bring up another topic or whatever the case is because this is getting boring, it's old, and it's just foolish. You know what I mean? Let's move on. But yeah, I was saying put him on mute so Kiss Happiness could speak. I wanted to hear what she had to say in the conversation because he started over-talking her so she couldn't get what she wanted to say out. And that was his distraction because she will bomb him and he be looking real stupid. So he was trying to distract her from speaking. I think you should let the sister speak. So I'll yield the rest of my time for her or whatever. Let her speak. Please.
Genesis chapter 4:1. Clearly states, she brought this out, so did I. Mac P is saying that in his translation that the tetragrammaton isn't there. He got capital L, lowercase o, RD.
We don't want to hear that. That shit is whack, man. Y'all be doing y'all listen. Y'all should have figured all of that lowercase, uppercase bullshit out. Man.
Every translation I've ever read,
all that shit is
was the
corny,
tetragrammaton. So.
Tetragrammaton. All
but y'all off mute.
All right, yeah. Let the people speak, man. All right. We're free, y'all. We're free. We off mute? Oh, they ain't off mute yet?
Yeah, they are. Go ahead. You
resurrect, y'all. Resurrect.
She brought it out.
Resurrect, y'all. We coming back from the dead, y'all. Resurrect, y'all. Resurrect, my people. Mac P, you can stay dead. But yes, my sisters, my brothers, rise.
He brought it out already. He just got to show his information now on the fact that
he don't got no information. It's all theory.
He got to show that. You got to go get it.
He's speaking a theory from Luciferian doctrine. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
366 It is, matter of fact. Yeah, he gotta get that information.
Oh yeah, and Mac P does not read no damn Hebrew. Keep lying to y'all. Cause I done pulled up that Hebrew before and he couldn't even read none of that shit. And I do it word by word and that. No, you do it nitpick at words when it's something you can't explain. Y'all say, oh well no, that word in Hebrew means this, and then you try to change the meaning of the whole context and make yourself seem right. That's what he does. So this nigga don't speak no fluent Hebrew. You don't never hear him speak it. You don't never hear him read it. You don't never hear him translate anything like a full paragraph, a full verse, a full chapter, none of that. Like, niggas just capping. Nigga do one little word here. No, but see what that word in Hebrew means. If you're going to do one word, you got to do the whole book. God damn it. Not no one word. Because, the rest of this is English, but that one word in Hebrew means this. So what about the rest of that shit in English? What do that mean in Hebrew? Because that shit could change the whole meaning too. But you just going to read that one word? No, stop it. Come on, that's incomplete. Can't do that. That's cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You cheating yourself, because it's like, you're not gonna learn the full thing. Then come on, let's.
I mean, I understand theories, but you guys keep talking about flesh, and to me, spirit is the larger issue here. So when I think of, dark and light and all that kind of stuff, and whether you have that in your spirit, I'm thinking of people being taken over by spirit, not being taken over by flesh or being pregnant with somebody's seed because they, actually had sex with someone to be possessed by the devil. I'm thinking of spirit taking over them. So I guess that's why I'm a little confused. I've never looked at it that way before. I could be wrong. I just never thought about it like that way. I just thought about it as spirit and a spiritual battle.
Yeah, you did on the money. Spot on.
Right. It's because it says between his offspring and her offspring, the enmity. So that's the hatred or whatever between the two offspring. So this is why certain people's children maybe don't necessarily need to be so chummy with other people's children. Am I teaching racism? No, I'm not, but I'm just telling you what the Bible is saying. That's basically what that's saying. Certain people offspring not supposed to be cool with other people offspring because of that enmity. But anyway, I'm just...
Why the seven nations that we were told not to go into and be given into marriage, that's why. Because they hate God or Elohim.
Right. But
correct grammar.
See,
but yeah, when we look at it in that light, like that was my notion.
Yeah, because God of the Bible is racist. See, that's what you gotta understand. And in the older verses that was being read, that clarified it even more. Because like I said, he put enmity between their offspring and their offspring, Eve's offspring and the serpent's offspring. So that's two offspring that there's enmity between. So that would be like a racist situation where one group of children are hating another group of children. And then God, it also says Rebecca had two nations in her womb. The first nation was Esau, the firstborn. He represented the nation. Jacob, the secondborn, represented the nation. So he said also in Malachi, Jacob I have loved and Esau I have hated. So he loved one nation and he hated the other nation. So when you hate a nation of people, that is racism. So God was the first racist, I guess. Yeah. So yeah. But when people talk about racism or racial issues, because we're racially conscious, we're called racist. But yet the God of your Bible is the first racist. Huh? No, not even about race. No.
Have to do with skin color,
right.
So let's not go there.
The race of people, the nation of people. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be in the U.S. nation, you could be in the Ukraine nation, you could be in the whatever nation, and those nations hate each other. And those nations consist of many different ethnicities of people, but they're a nation because they're one people based on one plane of thought or whatever case is, which would be their government standards or their religious standards or whatever the law of the land is. So, that would be a nation. So like they say in Genesis chapter 10, how Shem's children were in their land and their language, their nation, their all their country and all that, and Ham's seed and Japheth's seed was all in their lands and so forth, and had their own language, tongue, and all that. But remember, in Genesis 10:32, these were the nations of the sons of Noah after their generations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth. But the next chapter, 11:1 says, and the whole earth was of one speech and all of that, and was one nation and one speech and all that. Like, wow, how'd that happen? But anyway, yeah. But yeah, so they was all separated in their own languages and whatnot. So yeah. But yeah, see what you call left because he ain't want somebody to come off mute and give him that smoke. But yeah, yo, this Bible says a lot of stuff, man, that people overlook, and they gotta like go back and read it like real contextually. You know what I'm saying?
Take a loss on that, unless he's going to get his other profile.
Nah, he ain't going to get nothing. He done because he spewed his BS.
Yeah. That's it.
See, I want to.
That's a cornerstone of truth. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. This is a cornerstone of truth. This is what we discussed. The tetragrammaton is there. Now, if you can bring something else and more than one piece of information to show that ain't what it is, then we'll have something to work with as far as looking at it. But until then, that's a cornerstone.
Insect have a spirit.
And that's what all of that was about, Fire. That was the whole purpose, because I done heard him say it multiple times.
Yeah, I had to.
I wanted to hear where he was getting it from and his whole position on that. But I have to look at it just like what we was saying, man.
Does insects have a spirit, bro?
Things and how people was going to be conducting themselves and acting.
We have a question on the panel. I don't know if you can hear, but we have a question on the panel. He asked,
does insects have a spirit?
Thank you. Spirit?
Does what?
Thank you, Mr.
He asked, do we think insects have spirit?
In honesty, it really doesn't concern me because I am not an insect.
I'm talking about people who does concern them about this question. If you don't, then I'm not asking you.
I think you should go set out on that journey on your own.
You don't need to talk about other people. I'm asking whoever knows. I'm not talking to you only.
Insects don't have spirit, sir.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, see.
No.
What
in
makes
the
you believe
insect
that?
scriptures, every time they see you, they think the rapture got a gas can.
What do you mean by spirit? What, you trying to tell me that it's a scripture?
You saying, what do I mean by spirit? You the one asked the question. What spirit
you're saying insect doesn't have a spirit because they don't go and do this kind of things. So what do you mean by that? Explain to me, please, if you can.
Every animal, every tree, every grain of grass, every grain of dirt was put here for me and you.
Oh, see.
That's what I'm telling you.
So I'm allowed to kill the animals then without feeling bad.
What?
I can kill animals without feeling bad then.
No, not if you're not gonna eat it.
If I'm not gonna eat it.
If you're not gonna eat it, why kill it?
Well, I just think that if his fox is getting too much, then I'm not allowed to kill it then.
You said animals? Which are you talking about?
For example.
About? Insects or animals? Which are you talking about?
Let's say for example, if there's too many tigers.
Which one?
And let's say insect and animals, every beings. I'm asking you. Do you understand my question?
If spirit is breath, everything has spirit.
It does.
You understand?
I believe the same thing. Everything living has a spirit, but to say that it has a soul, an intellectual, conscious soul, I do not believe that. That's different.
When you go to John 8:44, that'll be Jesus telling the devil about his children.
Here we go with that Luciferian shit. Everything he's saying is some Luciferian shit.
Go for it.
All right.
You know a whole lot about this devil, boy. You know that.
Hello. I would like to say something.
The word of God said you got to be wise as the serpent.
I'm going to read it so we can just get it out the way. And it says, Adam yada Hawa isa hara yalad at kayin amar kwana is et Yahweh. That literally says what it says in Genesis 4:1. And it says, and Adam knew Eve, his wife. And in this understanding, the next portion that is parsed says, and she conceived. So, and bare Cain. Now, Cain clearly is Adam's child.
Right.
In this verse
Absolutely
right here.
not.
Well, I'm sorry,
Absolutely
but this is
right.
exactly what
Absolutely
it says.
right. Exactly,
it says,
Kiss.
and I'm going to read it again.
Yeah, and it says that the Holy
hold
Spirit
on.
Don't
is
interrupt her. Don't interrupt her.
No.
This is her first time speaking. Let her speak.
Don't the King James Bible speak of the Ruach being a male instead of a female?
Let her make her point, please.
And in Hebrew, it clearly tell you that the Ruach is a female.
Yo,
So
let her make her point,
so
please.
we can't go back and forth from Hebrew to English and expect the Hebrew and English to say the same thing.
All right, okay, let her speak, please.
But if you look at John chapter 8 verses 42, this is Jesus talking. It says, Jesus said to them, if God were your father, you would love me, for I have come here from God. I have not come from my own. God sent me. 43. Why is my language not clear to you? Because you are unable to hear what I say. 44. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. Now, if you tell me that Satan ain't the father of somebody, you got to say that Jesus Christ is a liar right here, because he just said that Satan has children. Now, I will ask you again.
Satan is not the same as the serpent. Satan is not the same as the serpent.
He ain't stuck his dick in the some vagina.
Satan is not the same
I
as
don't
the
understand
serpent.
your answer, bro. I'm asking you a simple question. I don't know what you're saying right now.
Yeah, see, now he's taking it. He's drifting because Satan, the serpent, and Lucifer and the devil are four different entities. See what I'm saying?
Not, but
they are.
They're really not. Hello,
okay, go through the Bible and you'll see.
I mean, it's real messed up because I was interrupted a long time ago. Like, for real.
I try to shut that nigga up
like
for
I
you.
was saying,
So
I'm not. That's not the point. It's cool. Can I just get my space? And I will listen to everybody after I speak. And I don't have a problem with listening.
Yeah, but don't act like you yelling over me and you ain't yell over the nigga that was interrupting you. I try to help you, so don't try to yell on me. Yell at that nigga. Okay?
Go ahead, Kiss Happy. Go ahead, what you say. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Gotta mute him.
All right, so the word Yadav, like Yadav, it is to know, to learn, to discern, to perceive. This literally means to experience, to confess, to know, to recognize, to know her, and to have know skillfully. So this is the word that represents knowing, as far as he knew her and she conceived. This is the sexual intercourse, and this is how she conceived. Now,
no, don't mean sex in
Hebrew. I
Hebrew.
don't ask for interrupt. I didn't ask for interruption. I'm trying
Thank you guys.
break this
Yeah,
down.
but again, you just equated sex with no, and it don't say that in the Hebrew. It don't say that no means.
It does say acquaintance in that definition of yada. Go ahead.
All right. And if we have an understanding here, and this is something that I subscribe to, is that there were other people in the garden. I don't take Satan, this old serpent, the devil, because in the Revelations 12, Satan is represented as the dragon, the old serpent, the devil. So it is those four different entities, and it is the same thing. I can get you the precept later, Lord Messiah. But if I understand that there are other people represented in the garden that have a deceiving characteristic of old, being the devil, being Satan, the one who tricked, beguiled, and deceived Eve into partaking of knowledge, from the knowledge or the tree of good and evil. I understand what she did was not a sexual act. And what Adam did was not a sexual act. They literally disobeyed God by taking knowledge in from another people, which way they were not. This is the whole premise of the Bible throughout, all the way from front to back. Say, stop being like these other nations. They wicked as hell. Do what I tell you to do. This is something that's simply put. But again, when you look at who these other people are, these are the ones that have had war with the remnant of her seed all the way until we get to Revelation. They're always going to have a war and be an enmity with her seed. Not saying her seed is if she's a man, because it does come from the bloodline of a man, but it's always been another people. Spiritual connotation, these are people who are not of God.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the spiritual connotation means when it says in John, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, where does it go? Because it says it somewhere like in John.
Yeah.
John 1:3. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother, and wherefore he slew him, because his own works were evil, and his brothers were righteous. So this could allude to what you're saying, Mac P, and I can dig it. But because I have an understanding based off of the context of the Bible in its entirety, and also to back that up, between Ezekiel 31 is the representation of the other trees being other nations of people that were also in the garden that were represented as trees. These were the trees of knowledge of good and evil that the Most High said, don't touch that Assyrian. Don't touch him. Don't talk to him. Don't deal with him, because he's going to pollute your understanding and thinking, and you're going to think that you are as God when you really ain't. And you're going to die now. And that's exactly what happened. So with that being said,
what?
Relinquish.
What?
Hey, that was a big fact, kid.
No.
Deuteronomy 7:3 backs that up all the way. He iterates who these nations are in Deuteronomy 7:3. He tells you not to give your sons and daughters in marriage to these people because they're going to take you and turn you away from the Most High.
And again, y'all just heard kids take the word no and lie. You looked it up in the Hebrew. I got my Hebrew book right here in front of me. And acquaintance do not mean that you having sex with somebody. Acquaintance means somebody that you just ran into. Y'all know each other a little bit. So you just took the word of God and made it whatever you wanted to make it. And then y'all skip right past John chapter 8 verses 44 when Jesus said that Satan had children. Why is we skipping over that? Everybody want to eat the rest of the word up, but this is Jesus Christ. This ain't Moses. This ain't John. This Jesus talking to Satan and telling Satan that he have children. Now, if Jesus told Satan that he have children, who the fuck are we to say that Satan ain't got no kids? And if this cocksucker got some motherfucking kids, he had to stick his dick into something to have them kids, because he not the Most High.
Okay.
So again, I will end right here. Timothy 2:12 don't permit no woman to teach or to usurp the authority of a man. So you
get out of here with that bullshit. Get out of here with that bullshit. No, see, that's why. See. I try to help her, and now he did that chauvinistic bullshit to her, and she deserved that shit because she gonna try to yell at me, and I try to help her.
But it's stated right after the acquaintance what happened to Eve. She conceived a son. Hold on. So if you saying that the word yada is acquaintance, then right after it's stating that they had the acquaintance, and then it states that she bore or she bore a child. So that, and he knew he acquainted with Eve. The next sentence. And she conceived. Not from the lowercase. It's stating right there. It's saying right there. They're saying right there that the acquaintance that Adam had knew of Eve,
It didn't say sex, bro. You changing Yalda. Because I'm looking at it in Hebrew.
Can I speak?
You changing Yalda to having sex, and it don't say that in Hebrew.
I'm bored.
No, I'm just rightfully dividing the word of Yalda. And in this instance, the meaning would be they had an acquaintance. And after they had the acquaintance, she conceived.
I got Lecture Shaver.
He knew Eve, brother. Okay. Before he stuck his dick into Eve, he knew her. He was acquainted with her already.
I know, but to state that the father of this child would be Adam, it lets you know that in this instance of Yada with Eve, before he left the garden, he knew Eve, and they acquainted, and she conceived and bare a son. His name was Cain.
Didn't say sex. You just added to the word of God.
Yo, why you deceiving me?
Yo, get this idiot out of here, man.
You still ain't answer the fucking question why the fuck Jesus Christ said that Satan was the father of the Kenites. Answer that, bro.
Please stop being rude.
Answer that, bro. How do Satan become the father of the Kenites? That's going to be John chapter 8 and 44 when Jesus Christ speaking and telling Satan that he's the father of these people, bro.
Yeah, that means that
I'm done with you. You a non-believer.
Nigga, exactly. I am a non-believer. You a deceiver. You're a deceiver, nigga. Shut up, man.
You not responsible
man,
for the
shut up. See, when he can't prove shit, he want to start talking shit because he can't prove nothing.
Your teeth. You couldn't brush your teeth.
Yeah, nigga. Brush your face, nigga.
Yeah,
but anyway, brush your face, nigga. That scruffly, duffly ass beard on your face, nigga. Brush your face, nigga.
I don't want to learn nothing from
Scruffle duffle. Anyway, this nigga up here talk about Satan had kids. When they talk about Satan being the father of them being the children, that means they follow the ways of evil. They follow the ways of evil like you do, nigga, lying and deceiving the ways of evil. That means they the seed of the devil, the father. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean that no serpent had sex with no damn woman.
Shut up, she can't teach no man nothing.
Like, show us. Yes, nigga, she can teach y'all. Nigga, listen, she will bomb you all day on that Bible back, P. So shut up. You just try to say that shit as an excuse because, matter of fact, you reminded me. Let me show you the scripture in the Bible. Hold up, little Jesus, little brother. Fake nigga. Let me show you in the Bible where the women ministered unto Jesus.
You can't tell a man nothing.
Nigga,
the man is your head, not the other way around.
Dude, so why did those women minister unto Jesus? Tell me that.
I don't know.
This setting right here, that would
He ain't answering that question, right? He ain't answering that.
Definition of usurp.
We're gonna deal with that.
Yeah, there was women that ministered to Jesus.
We're gonna deal with that in a second.
So yeah, look that up.
Yeah, I love to. In John chapter 8 and 44, just so the people can hear what it says, because he's making he's saying something that's really serious. And again, nobody said that the serpent or Satan didn't have seed and children, because that's why I reiterated that there were other people of the garden, and this is representative of the other trees. Satan just didn't have sex with Eve, and this is not Cain. Now, in the book of John 8 and 44, it says, ye are of your, I'm going to read 43 because I feel like this right now. Why do you not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word. Like, I feel that way right now. Right now, that's how I feel. And I'm going to read this. And it says, ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Now, if we're understanding this,
didn't Mac P just make up his own shit?
a murderer for one, because he deceived these people into believing that they wouldn't die. He literally set them up for murder. He set them up and killed them, right? And I can see that. And it says that he abode not in the truth, which means he abode not in the Torah. He abode not in the law. This was not for him, because it really wasn't for him or these people. So I understand that Satan did have seed. I do. But they're not Eve's children or Eve and Adam's children. That's all I'm going to say. That's what I stand on. And it's probably a few other people here who do stand on the same principle as what I'm speaking of. So sorry that things ain't working out for you too.
I think this was speaking of Cain.
No, where do y'all get that shit from, man? Y'all niggas just be freestyling, man.
Well,
wow,
it don't say Cain.
Look, go up further in the story. Abraham's children, they would do the works of Abraham.
Father, the devil. My breakdown of the devil here would be a evil spirit
that seek to kill me and the man that have the truth, which I have heard of God. This did not Abraham. They do the deeds of your father.
Who can prove first?
Then say,
who committed the first act of murder?
Was not born in fornication.
In actuality,
he not born in fornication.
In actuality, to me, it
have one father,
Cain.
even
it
God.
Literally was Satan.
Jesus said unto them, if you
he told that girl,
were your father,
you will not die,
like me,
and you will not surely die. He literally set him up.
For I proceeded forth and came from God, neither came I myself, but he that sent me.
He sent me.
Why not? You understand? So in other words, saying if you don't understand what Jesus is saying, you're the father of the devil, basically. You're of the devil, basically. If you don't understand what he's saying. So that's why people, when you don't want to get with that Jesus stuff, oh, you the devil.
Don't say that like that.
Then the Jews.
Now, when I read 1 John,
then answered the Jews, and they said unto him, "Say we were not sure."
Right. Okay, I'm gonna say right quick. The patriarchs of the Kenites is Cain. I want to let you know that he's the patriarch
of the Canaanites.
Or the Kenites.
Spell it.
Hold on 1 second. Glad you asked. It's one of them things. If it was a snake, Kenites. Nah, that's gonna be 7017 in the concordance, but also go to the patronymic from H7014. Cain.
What was that definite? What was that number again? 7017.
7017.
Okay.
7017 is the Kenites, but 7014 gonna lead you to the Hebrew pronunciation of Cain, which is Cain. Hold on.
So you got two different people here.
Well,
you got two different people here, and you also have Cain is a word meaning possession. Then you have Cain, and then the eldest son of Adam and Eve. There it is, right there, right underneath that definition. So if Cain is the eldest son of Adam and Eve, then guess who is not the daddy? It says it right here. I'm looking at it right here, and then the Kenites.
Where you at?
I'm in the lexicon. I'm literally looking at the outline of biblical usage, because there's two definitions. One is Cain, which is a proper gentilic noun, and then you have Kenite, which is actually spelled Kenite, which equals the word smith. Smiths means that they are some type of a artificer, right? And it actually says the tribe of the father-in-law of Moses, which was a member which lived in between the area of Palestine and the Sinai Mountains. So we got a couple of different things going on here, because Cain literally means possession. This is why he was named possession from the Lord from the beginning, right?
It also means to lance too, right?
Mm-hmm.
As striking fast. So with a spear. So he was named after something that he would eventually murder his brother doing. Didn't he how did he kill Cain? How did he kill Abel?
He hit him with a rock.
Oh, with a rock, okay. My bad. He hit on a rock. So what I'm saying here that as striking fast is one as well.
Mm. Okay. I can see that.
This is H7013. My bad on the spirit, but they do have spirit here as well.
And I keep saying Satan did have children, not with Eve. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Like, Satan did have children. The other people in the garden were other people in the garden, so they were nations of people. There were a multitude of other people that was outside of the garden or within the garden, or whatever you want to call it. There were other people on the earth when Cain, Abel, Eve, Adam, and even Seth was alive. There were other people here. Them folks' children outside. That's all I'm saying. I keep reiterating that.
Do you agree that Cain is the patriarch of the Kenites?
There's a very strong possibility that it is.
No. That's nonsense. Because if that's the case, then God, he would have been, he blessed Enoch, who was the son of Cain. So, and if Cain was the father of this evil seed, the devil and all that, why would he bless the children of the devil?
Are you going to go grab?
Come on, man, this is not making sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have Tobit Yahoo? The book of Tobit?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to chapter 6, verse 7. Advanced metric.
Hold on. Oh, Yahweh. 6, 7.
Okay.
And he said unto them, touching the heart and the liver of the devil, or an evil ruach, trouble say, we must make smoke thereof before the man or the woman in the party shall be no more vexed. Touching the heart. It's a devil or an evil ruach.
If a devil or an evil ruach. So it's letting you, it's saying that basically the devil isn't just an entity. It's saying that it is an evil ruach.
Okay. I could see that.
Okay.
That's Tobit. That's the book of Tobit, chapter 6, verse 7. I could see that. I ain't gonna, right. I ain't gonna debate that. Like, I see that because it's the spirit. It also talks of, if I can understand that there's spiritual connotations throughout the scriptures, then yeah, I get that.
Go to verse 17 right quick.
It says, and the devil shall smell it and flee away and never come again. But when you shall come to her, rise up both of you and pray to Yahweh.
Man, they're going into other books and trying to compare it to the Bible.
Is appointed unto
when the Bible is a whole other narrative than these other books. Because if they took these other books out, they did it for a reason. Then they reorganized this book. So I'm just sticking to the script of what it says. They're going somewhere else.
Loved her, and his heart was sexually joined to her.
Okay, what I took from this, and the devil shall smell it and flee away and never come again anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If the devil is an entity, and this is, and And if the entity, the devil, smell it and flee away and never come again anymore, this doesn't really sound like this